Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Rosa here of Splat Communications. Before we start, please don't skip ads and don't forget to subscribe. We shall present the timeline of events from the onset up to the present for the people to better understand the full context of the situation. Thank you.
Mga kababayan ko sa buong bansang Pilipinas, buong sanlibutan, magandang araw, magandang umaga, magandang hapon, magandang tanghali, at magandang araw sa inyong lahat. Ang pangungusap ko pong ito ay napakahalaga para sa lahat ng mga kababayan nating Pilipino na makikinig at manonood sa akin, although hindi nakikita ang mukha ko. Ito po si Pastor Apollo Kibuloy, ang appointed Son of God ng Kingdom of Jesus Christ, the name above every name. Sana po press conference ang tatawagin ko ngayon. Pero dahil nanganganib ang buhay ko, ay hindi po muna ninyo makikita ang aking pagmumukha. Ang akin lang po munang boses ang inyong maririnig. Mahalaga po ito na sasabihin ko sa inyo. Mga kababayan, mula po noong 2018, ako ay linigalig na at ang aking kongregasyon na walang dahilan ginawan kami ng kaso doon sa bansang Amerika.
Excuse me, Pastor. While it is true that cases against anyone can be fabricated, the court still determines the probable cause before any case shall proceed. That is what due process entails.
At ang aking kongregasyon na walang dahilan ginawan kami ng kaso doon sa bansang Amerika. Sumunod kami sa batas. Kung kami may sinabi lang violations na hindi pa napatotohanan, yan po ay nasa kanilang federal court na. Kumuha kami ng 20 lawyer upang pag-usapan ang lahat ng kanilang akusasyon, which is about 43 counts.
Very good, Pastor. That is the responsible way to handle the situation. Everyone is presumed innocent until proven otherwise in the court of laws. That is the basic right of the accused.
Lahat po yan ay mayroong 20 lawyers na nakatutok at meron na po kaming depensa. Naghihintay po ang aking mga lawyer sa Amerika at sa Pilipinas na simula ng trial. Mulang 2018, pinospon. Ginawang 2020, pinospon. Ginawang 2022, pinospon. 2021, ganun din. 2023, sana ay po-postpone. Pinospon pa rin. Ngayon, hindi na po papayag ang judge. November 5, 2024, talaga pong itutuloy na.
That is a welcome development, Pastor. You now have the opportunity to clear your name against what you stated as baseless accusations against you.
Ngayon, ako naman nandito sapagkat indicted din ako. Sealed indictment pa nga ng 3 taon, hindi ko alam ako indicted ako. So anytime pupunta ako doon, pupusasan na ako, hindi ko alam. Pero salamat naman sa Panginoon Diyos sapagkat hindi na ako pumalik doon at hindi nangyari yun.
Yes, Pastor, you were indicted because the judge found probable cause in the complaints filed against you. Being not in the U.S. at the time the arrest warrant was issued, then you indeed will be arrested if you step in U.S. territory. Good job, Pastor.
So dahil kasama ako sa kaso ng aking mga workers na mga 9 o 8 kami lahat, ako yung number 1 na principal. Okay lang. Sapagkat ako naman ang leader ng kingdom at ako talagang target nila. Sa anong paraan ginawa kami ng kasong hindi namin alam at mga kumuha sila ng witness. Handa na po kaming lahat ng aming depensa, lahat ng aming documents, ng aking mga lawyers, US-based lawyers, handang-handa na po kami. Pinopospone nila palagi, pero ngayon hindi na. Ngayon, ako dito sa Pilipinas, dahil nandito na ako nung dumating yung mga kaso.
Have you not realized that the reason why the trials are being postponed because you are not present in the court where the case is being heard? Trial in absentia or absence is only allowed for minor cases such as misdemeanor. So, I think you may be gravely inaccurate there.
Yan, Hindi ako lumaya sa Amerika, kundi dumating ako dito wala pang kaso. Kinasuhan ako ng naka-sealed indictment, hindi na ako nakabalik doon pero nandito na ako sa Pilipinas. So hindi po ako tumakas. Ngayon dahil nandito ako, I will use my constitutional rights for extradition na siyang treaty ng ating bansa. Yan po ang iniintay ng mga lawyers ko dito sa Pilipinas at sa Amerika.
OMG. Pastor. Extradition is never considered as an individual's constitutional right. That is not a guaranteed and absolute right. Please fact-check.
Hinihintay namin ang request ng US Embassy sa Department of Foreign Affairs. Hindi po dumating. Sapagkat kung yan pag-uusapan, i-endorse doon sa Department of Justice, wala rin doon. Hinihintay namin para pag-usapan ang extradition treaty kung paano gagawin. Handa din po ako sa kasong yan kung ako'y ma-extradite pagkatapos mapag-usapan at nakadaan na kami ng Court of Appeals, Court of First Instance at Supreme Court. Kung ilang taon yun, dapat magtiis din sila. Hindi dumating yun, hinihintay ko hanggang ngayon.
Pastor, it is the prerogative of the U.S. government if they will apply for your extradition. You cannot force them to do what you like just because you feel that it is a constitutional right. Is this clear, Pastor?
Wala pong request na ganon. Ngayon, eto po ang mahalagang ibabalita ko sa inyo. Mula noong 2018 hanggang ngayon, hindi na po kami mapakali sa ating sariling bansa. Nawala po ang aming kalayaan sapagkat kami dito ay sinosurveillance. Sinosurveillance ako dito sa Pilipinas ng CIA at ng FBI.
Really, Pastor? Being the spiritual advisor and very close friend of no less than the President of the Philippines, you felt scared in your own country? What kind of president and friend cannot offer peace of mind to a friend? Shame on him for not making you feel secure enough during his term. If I were you, I will be very mad at him for not caring for your safety. What kind of a friend is he?
Sarili kong bansa, ako po ay nagtatago sapagkat liligwakin ako ng ganun-ganun na lang. Walang extradition process na gagawin. Dumating po sa aming kaalaman sa mga sandaling ito from reliable sources. Correct me if I am wrong, but these are reliable sources na dumating sa akin na ayaw na raw po nila ng extradition treaty. Ang kanila daw pong gagawin ng CIA, ng FBI, ng US Embassy at State Department, kasabwat ng ating gobyerno, ng Pangulong Marcos at ng First Lady at kung sino pa man ang nasa gobyerno, ako ay rendition ng kanilang gagawin.
Oh, let me get this straight, Pastor. You just said that your friend and former president was not able to provide you peace of mind and now you are agitated because according to your so-called white snake, the FBI, CIA, State Department, etc. will do a rendition on you? Let me ask you, Pastor, are you even listed as public enemy number 1 in the United States for them to spend valuable money and resources? Real talk, it is hard to believe. If you were declared as public enemy number 1, then we may be inclined to believe that statement. So, you are alluding that, since the current president and the first lady sold you off to the US. Honestly, that is very absurd considering the line of thinking you have laid all this on. Go ahead, Pastor, please continue.
Ang rendition, ang ibig sabihin po, anumang oras pwede lang pasukin ang aking compound at ako ay kidnapin. It's not only rendition, but also elimination. If it is possible, pwede nila akong i-assassinate. So, nandun po sa dalawang yun. Kidnapping or assassination. Killing talaga, murder.
Really now, Pastor? So you are claiming that this is a legitimate operation of the United States of America, and since this is a legitimate operation, they will use excessive force on you? Let us ask you, Pastor, we feel you're building emotion in your narrative. When the US wants to eliminate targets, we all know what happened to Osama bin Laden and how he was neutralized. If you are saying that the US government have been on your tail since 2018 or about 6 years from now, do you honestly believe you can hide anywhere? Let's get real here. I am sorry, but this is sounding like paranoia. Truth. What can you say, dear subscribers and followers? Please share your thoughts in the comment portion. Okay, let's end part 1 here first. It's getting exciting. Follow us for part 2. Thank you. Till next time, stay safe. Rosa out. Bye.